Sweet dreams are made of these. I like the Marilyn Manson version of it.
No.
No? You like this one?
No.
Yeah, you're like a classic rock type, eh?
I'm a rock, yeah.
Looking for something. Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
Sweet dreams.
Oh my goodness.
In the house.
Yes, dream big. Relax and dream of a good life, right?
Dream up a good life. How is
Dream up a
everybody
good
doing?
life.
Cheers,
Oh,
come
guys.
on.
Cheers to you guys.
Start
Cheers
the
to you.
day.
Yes? You brush your teeth, right?
It's very good.
Hey, good morning, Lise. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Monday morning. We're all still alive, as far as I know.
I gotta say,
have to say.
what a rejuvenating weekend.
We had
A lot of time outside. It was
Yes.
so nice out.
Yeah, 2 barbecues.
2 barbecues. Freaking
Not
fantastic.
just one, but 2.
Fantastic. We went to our favorite spot on Saturday.
We did. Yeah.
Lustville Falls.
Very quiet.
Very quiet.
Had some barbecues there.
A lot of
Forgot
time
my
in
forgot my
nature.
burgers at home. I
Yeah.
get there. I don't know who it was.
A miscommunication.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't matter. So we get there, and I'm like,
And this
we're
is like 40 minutes away.
40 minutes away, and I've
Yeah.
already got the pan, kind of the barbecue charcoal started. It's good to go.
Yeah.
Go to pull the burgers. Burgers aren't there. See. What do? Well, luckily there was a store that wasn't too far away, so
Right.
we went and we got some supplies there.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Whatever.
made the best of
happen.
it, right?
We
We
made
made the
happen.
best
Then we
of
had
it.
the burgers yesterday.
We had the burgers at the other, like we just spent a lot of
Rockcliffe.
time outside and
Little
in
portable
nature.
barbecue,
And
just something like this.
it's
portable.
cute. It's cute. It's what we need, right?
It's
We
all
need
we
to
need.
live
That's
a
all.
portable life. That's where we're at.
That's all we need.
That's where we are at.
Yeah.
At the stage of our life.
It was
It's just-
fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Took in some sun yesterday. Took my shirt off.
My God, I can
Scare
feel
a
it
whole
in my
bunch of
face.
people.
Yeah.
What?
Oh gosh.
But yeah,
Oh, so this week we're starting our week about talking about
a whole bunch of things.
a whole bunch of things. Because I was talking to Rock this morning. I said, this is not just my show in the morning. It's Rock and Nancy's Pit Stop.
Yeah.
So you need to like let us know what you want to talk about. And he came up with something. I came up with something. I'm into something that's really I'm into dreaming a lot lately. And I think
Dream big.
yeah, I want to encourage you guys to dream because I find when we're setting goals
Yeah.
or we are like striving for certain things,
Yeah.
oftentimes we are putting limitations.
We don't dream big enough.
Yeah, we're putting limitations and restrictions
Yeah.
towards achieving certain goals.
100%.
But when we're like, the word dream in itself, I find it has this like, this advantage of like, okay, we can't, like, there's no limitations.
No limitations.
There's no restrictions.
Nothing.
There's no failing. There's just everything and
What would you
anything
do
that you want.
if you had no limitations?
Yeah.
I'm not talking
What
about
would you do if you couldn't
flying.
fail, if you had all the money and the time and energy
That's
in
right.
the world?
That's right.
What do you want? And then like writing it down, being specific, putting into fruition, like the more
Yeah.
clear you are with things, with your dreams, the more chances you're gonna have by manifesting it. And I find dreaming really puts things in perspective when it comes to like if you're living a really stressful life or if you're feeling the high levels of stress in the world,
Yeah.
then if you have a dream, then it's nice to have like a vision, a dream that you can kind of strive for, and taking a break from the
Right.
heaviness around
Right.
us.
It's a positive way of escapism.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Basically.
That's
I mean,
a
when
good
you
way.
start dreaming your dreams and you start. So, I should mention that dreaming is good, but over dreaming is bad.
What do you mean?
Well, over dreaming in the sense that you're not putting anything forward to achieve your goals.
Oh, right.
Because you can dream all you want to lose 30 pounds or to be in more physical
Yeah.
fit or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you keep eating Big Macs and Doritos every day and
Yeah.
not move around, you're never going to achieve that goal. It's not just going to fall out of the tree.
No, that's the thing. That's
You know?
the thing.
Let's talk about me, for example. I consider myself a guy that's in pretty good shape. That's what you get when you work out for 20 years. You know, you just get those kinds of results. You know, a lot of people would look at me and say, "Yeah, well, you know, you inherited that from your father's side. The Pitts, they all
Right.
look like that." You know, there is some truth to that.
10% truth.
10% truth.
Yeah.
But what we really don't take into consideration we're not necessarily inheriting our parents' genes per se. Yes, we are, but in a way, we're inheriting the lifestyle.
Yes.
Their lifestyle, right?
Yes.
And that can be very positive, very good if your parents had a decent lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If your parents were booze hounds and pizza every night, Big Macs, chicken fingers, and you know, you're not gonna have a great lifestyle to inherit.
Well, it's what you know. You do.
It's what you know.
You do what you know.
Right?
Right.
So you got to really be focused on that. And also when you are dreaming, you talked about that, to not limit yourself in your own thinking. Because I'm writing a book about zombies right now, and it's very easy for me to say, this is not gonna amount to anything. It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
That's limiting belief, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's this little
Self-doubt.
voice in the head that says, you're never gonna be good. And then it's like, you gotta tell that voice to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I dream big. I always say to myself, oh, well, if the book could just sell whatever amount of copies, I would be happy. But then I started thinking, that's very limiting.
That's limiting.
Why not shoot for whatever?
And then when
I'd rather shoot for the moon and land on the goddamn clouds than to, you know, shoot for the gutter and never step out of my own comfort zone.
yeah,
right?
that's the thing. And being happy along the way.
Yeah. So you gotta, like, with the dreaming, you gotta put things in action.
Dream
right?
responsibly.
Dream
But
responsibly.
like dream big responsibly.
Dream limitless, right?
Yeah.
Like you can achieve anything, but you gotta put it in play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, don't rely too much on inheriting the whole inheriting your parents' genes and your lineage as you don't use it as a crutch.
Do you find you do that?
Use my lineage as a crutch?
Yeah,
no,
like, just
not
like
really.
No? Okay.
Well, I mean, in certain aspects, I guess the drinking, you know, I don't drink excessively, but I've calmed that down. But still, it's a Friday gotta get my beer.
Slope, yeah.
Friday gotta get my beer. I gotta go to the beer store, get myself some beer, and I was thinking about that this weekend. I was like, well, why do I do that? Is it because I need the beer, or is it just because it's a habit? Or well, it's because it's something that was often celebrated or used as a tool to celebrate at my house, my parents' house.
Yeah, exactly.
The beer drinking. The problem with that is 1 beer is a celebration, 20 beers a hangover, right? And there's a point where I lost myself in that whole
It's easy, yeah, for sure.
1 or 2 drinks to celebrate, as opposed to, well, we're running out of beer, we'll have to go get some more beer, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I wouldn't say struggling with, but I would say adjusting.
Yeah.
And so that's what we can do as individuals, right? Is to
Yeah.
first get out of our way with our limiting beliefs,
Yes.
but then also making sure that we're striving towards the goals
Yeah.
that we want to achieve, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think when, like, for myself, I find the self-doubt and the limiting beliefs do tend to occur often, especially when you're trying something new, it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you're not sure how it's going to turn out. This is why, like, developing a mindfulness practice does help, because then it puts your limiting beliefs and your self-doubt in check, and then that way
Yeah.
you can, like, it's like you're reparenting. Like in my case, I'm reparenting myself because I didn't have that growing up, and I still don't to this day. So I need to have that material to really, like, reparent myself in a way in a way that would serve me, where I can achieve my goals and aspire the life that I desire. And I find for most of my upbringing, I was living a very small life, because I was always afraid and worried, and I was always, like, just.
You had a fear of abandonment.
I had I just had, like, a lot of uncertainty and insecurity, and I had a lot of, like, a scarcity mindset. And when you have that type of mindset, you tend to live small, because you can't, like, it's like you, that's all you can handle. Like, you know, like, when you're suffering from that, like, you're living inside your head, and when you live inside your head, you tend to live small, because it's like you're overthinking all of the things. So when you're dreaming, it's like you're taking the elevator down to your heart, where you can, like putting all that love and like that positive energy into, like, what you really want into this life. And a lot of the times, fear can be also known as, like, practicality. It's like, well, I need to do it. Like, it's not like for me now, my like, the practicality of how I show up, it's like, it's still a limiting belief, because you're like, well, I can't do this because, like, for me, for instance, my big dream without limits is really about, like, having like a tiny home, the first experience that I would like to enjoy is to have a tiny home and travel across the country and maybe sell my baked goods and do some health coaching and all those types of things. I don't know how that's going to be into fruition, but a really good quote that I love
is one of your dreams.
Yeah, that's one of them. And then a good quote that I love is like, don't say no, say how. How are you going to manifest that?
Exactly.
And I think that when you're able to really dream big without limitations, it forces you to like, don't be so afraid. Like it really forces you to make things reality, 100%. Right? So
I mean, the last thing you want to happen for yourself is for you to be on your deathbed and say, I wish I would have just like done more things instead of being so afraid. We live in a scarcity mindset. And that has a lot to do with what we are. We are as creatures, as humans, you know, we are kind of like a herd mentality.
Right.
But also it's also an external force like the news and all the violence we see.
Yeah.
So that's another influence, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's very difficult for the average person to step out of that realm.
That's true.
We're always thinking a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Mine. This is mine.
Right.
Mine. That's a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying it's part of that.
Yeah.
And you really gotta look at that and say, well, is that who I want to be, right? And then you gotta readjust. Your whole life is gonna be a readjustment. There's no two ways about it. I'm always adjusting.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm done.
No.
No. I still work out 20 years later, even though I look the way I look. It's like, oh, well, I've achieved that goal. Now I'm done.
Yeah, right.
Right? But then, because all those goals would go away. All those gains would go away.
Yeah, it's true. And when a lot of the times when we think that, you know, our parents, well, like we've inherited certain things, either if it's like an autoimmune disease or an obesity or anything. The way of thinking, like for me, like I often think like, oh, like not think, like sometimes I kind of have that concern, if you will, that I'm going to inherit my mom's mental disorder, like bipolar disorder, and it creeps up sometimes because that's what I grew up with, that's what I've learned, but the fact of knowing like it's just 10% of inheriting certain things from your parents.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle.
It's great because I'm able to that gives me back that power that I'm able to make changes in my own life. Like my mom. And it's good this way because we live in modern age where there's more awareness and there's more like there's a big shift in the health and well-being these days. Back in the day, our parents didn't know they did the best at what they know, and my mom had some mental illness and
you see this is healthy. It says low fat. That's the brink of their
and then add
knowledge.
The fact that she was suffering from mental health and stuff like that. So I always think that she did the best that she could, and now me having like the reassurance of I'm doing the best that I can with what I know where I'm at, and I'm seeing the difference in my own life and her life, so it gives me the certainty that I can achieve more than what I want.
Well, it's one of those things. It's just you gotta look at your parents' lifestyle and look at your lifestyle, and if you don't like where you're headed, you gotta make some changes.
That's the challenge this week.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about that this morning when we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
People who make tough decisions end up living an easier and better life down the road.
Yeah. As
opposed to people who can consistently take or make easy decisions, they end up living a harder life.
Oh yeah.
Because there was a study shown. A study done, and it was kids, and they followed these kids for I think it was 12 years. The first initial study was put these kids in a room, and then we will make them wait. Then we'll come in and we'll present them an offer, and the offer was, you can have one marshmallow now, or if you wait, you'll get 2. So some of the kids took them now, right? Gobbled them up. Other kids waited. And they made these kids wait, not just 15 minutes, sometimes hours. And then they came back and gave them 2. Then they followed these kids. And for the vast majority, the kids who delayed the gratification in that instant moment did better in life. school wise, relationship wise, all that stuff.
Yeah, finance.
So they were making a hard decision so they could reap the benefits later on.
Yeah.
And we all have those those looming decisions on what we can do. Drink less, exercise more, be more kind, read more, develop yourself, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We all have those decisions looming, right?
Yeah.
Myself included.
For sure.
And when the toughest thing you can do is to make the decision.
Yeah, because it's always easier to give into those temptations. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
And then to get that instant
100%.
dopamine hit, that instant gratification. But if we keep striving and working and making strong choices, healthy choices for ourselves,
Yeah.
then you do see those rewards long term, and they're more long lasting, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So just trying to work within the 90% is what we ask you this week.
Yeah.
Because it's just 10%.
Yeah. It's all lifestyle.
10% working out, 10% your genes, and then 80% is everything else. So
Wrap it up.
wrap it up.
Hey, what's going on there, DJ? You're gonna get
It's
fired.
dead.
It's dead. How dramatic. The only things we have that die. Batteries. Oh. Anyways.
As always. Sweet
Sweet
dreams.
Anyways, as always,
We love you.
ya.
We're thinking about you. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning
fruits,
at 7:15.
vegetables.
Cheers, guys.
Be good.